Hi guys, Rob here. Today I'm coming from week 7 of my lockdown here in Cebu. Hopefully this will be the end of the lockdown. We'll see what happens. The lockdown was supposedly to go to the 15th. So here they call it an ECQ. The government doesn't want to call it a lockdown. I'm not sure why, but it really is. The ECQ stands for Enhanced Community Quarantine, which is a lockdown. For me to explain it best from where I come from, I'm in Mandaue, so it's like in my suburb of Mandaue, and I can't go to the next suburbs of Cebu City. If I need to go there, I need a quarantine pass, or one of these passes I've got, or one of these certifications I got from the hotel, which will allow me to go to another suburb, but I only can go there for emergency type reasons. Having said that, in my previous videos I've shown you, I'm near a hospital, I'm near a supermarket, I'm near a pharmacy, banks and restaurants, so I don't really need to get to any other suburbs at this stage anyway. And if you need to get out of the suburb, you have to provide a valid reason why you need to go out. Not there's many shops open anyway. So ECQ is basically a lockdown. Now they're talking about after the 15th it'll become a GCQ, which is a general community quarantine. And basically that is relaxing of some of the rules. Still restrictions put on you. So for instance here they're talking about 30% of the public utility vehicles being able to be used, which is basically the buses to be able to be used. I showed you the bus system before, which is run by the government during this special period, but this will be just the public buses running their normal routes. Only 30% of them though going, and also they're only allowed a 50% capacity inside the bus to keep the social distancing there. So that's what they're looking at doing, but there'll be still restrictions on people. I'm not sure of all the details yet because I'm not sure if we're going to go into that. They'll be updating news later today. It's actually Monday morning I'm making this video, so hopefully when I release this video I'll update it by Tuesday, so it'll have more clarification on what's happening there. Last week I showed the video how the hotel was cooking for the less fortunate, and they're actually doing it for the frontliners as well. So I wanted to see that firsthand, so I actually went down to the squatters in the CICC. They're one of the areas that the hotel is actually feeding for, so I'm going to show that in a sec. I don't know if people want to help, but at the end of the clip I'm going to throw around a few ideas if you want to look into that. So watch the clip first and we'll come back to that. The hotel feeds both frontliners and the needy in the Mandaue area where I am, and they do this daily for thousands of people, so it's a really good program because people are doing it tough here in Cebu. I know everybody's doing it tough worldwide, but obviously in these times the poor are the ones who suffer the most. So we'll come back to that after the clip, and I'll throw out some ideas. So this is in front of the hotel. It happens every day. The Grab drivers come first, which are just equivalent of Uber Eats back home, and they volunteer to do this. So this one's chicken and rice that they're taking to the barangay, the Grab drivers over here. Once it goes to the barangay halls, they package it and then take it out to either frontliners or to say the needy, like squatters and all that. They pack as much as they can in these Grab things, so you can see in these grocery bags and also in the containers here. So the cook starts at like 4 AM in the morning starting preparing these meals, so gets up really early. So this is Thursday morning. They're taking these to 4 different barangays. There's different people from different barangays here. Show you the food here. Eggplant. Then later on, different volunteers from various barangays come and pick up food. So this happens for a few hours every day. So kudos to all the cooks, the volunteers, big hotel and its staff. It's a real big effort by everybody and they put a lot of time in. Okay, so how much food do you cook a day?
Every day 1,850 for every day for one to for frontliners and 500 for CICC.
And what is it? So one's like macaroni and chicken?
Yes, for 1-2 for macaroni for frontliners 1-2. For
Okay.
CICC soup.
Soup for the CICC.
Yeah.
Is it the same soup or different flavors?
Different flavors.
What are some of them like?
Like arroz caldo, chicken arroz caldo, and odong kind of noodles.
Okay, so what they do is they take it back to the barangay hall, pack it, and then take it to the areas that they planning to deliver it to. So hopefully I can get to one of these places. There's a place, the CICC is one of these places that these barangays deliver to. So I'm going to hopefully try and walk over there and get in and just show how it's distributed over there. Unfortunately, the day I went, the government was handing out their money assistance program at the front of the CICC where the squatters are. So there were just thousands of people there. And just a note, I'm going to show more of this program later on in the video. The long story short, I wasn't able to get to film the food getting distributed to the squatters on this day, and I had to come back the next day. But I did get a chance to speak to some of the squatters and to see how they live. It's really interesting, so take a look at this clip. Okay, so basically the squatters are here because of the fire over in Mandaue. And they haven't been able to get back, and this is over a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many people are here?
224 people living here.
224 people living here.
Yeah.
Or was that families?
Families.
224 families.
Yeah.
So that might be 600 people.
In all?
If
I think for children and
But if the 224 families or people?
families.
Families. So there's more than 224.
Yeah.
So
it's more than
families like
224.
6-7 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
So basically the government's going to build a new cheap accommodation condo,
But
it's still obviously it's been delayed because of the pandemic going on.
because of the pandemic.
But eventually they'll get moved into alternative accommodation, a cheap type of condominiums.
Yeah.
But it's going to take time with this
Yeah.
this pandemic going on. Okay.
But we don't
Garlic
know
is what, 200 per kilo?
Yeah.
Where do you buy your vegetables and
In the market.
which market?
Mandaue.
Mandaue
Yeah.
market. And
But we have a schedule.
How often?
Monday and Friday only.
Monday, Friday only you can go to the market.
Go to market. So much better that we stock food for 4 days, but we cannot stock because we don't have electricity. So
No electricity
we
here?
don't have refrigerator. Like for example, TV, 20 pesos. Electric pan, 20 pesos. Every use we
You use generators
pay
for power?
20 pesos.
For every item, like one fan is you pay 20 peso
12 hours.
for 12 hours of
Yeah.
from generated power.
But it's very hard because if you have 5 appliances, so you
That's 100
pay
peso.
100 pesos, so you times to 30 for 1 month. 30, so it makes 3,000 a month. How about our income here? It's a very low.
So people working here or?
As of now, no work, no pay.
Yeah.
The people here is no work, no pay. We're struggling very much here.
No, do you have water? Like where do you get the water from?
There, the water.
Communal.
Yeah, we go line, very long line to get water because only one, the source of water here, the Pilipinas.
Okay, so there's only one source of water here, which is over there. I'm just gonna, I'll show that in a sec. So close up. So you have to line up to get your water.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
It takes 2 hours or 4 hours to line to get water.
sometimes 2 to 4 hours to get water. And how much water can you? Just a bucket? Is there a limit?
Yeah,
A limit to how much water you can get?
5 to 10 containers
5 to 10 containers.
per family. For 1 day, 3 times a day is the schedule of the water.
Is that free?
The government
We
is
pay
paying
1 peso for 5 containers.
1 peso for 5 containers.
Yeah.
So this is where they get the water. It's just one area. So this is where you fill up the water. So how much to fill up 6? That would be 6
It would pay 1 peso.
per container.
This 6 container only 1 peso.
1 peso for this.
Because that's the volunteer to fetch the water. You pay 1 peso for him.
Okay. Oh, you pay 1 peso to those people
Yeah,
to fill it up for you.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
So that he can also buy his needs.
Okay, so this one is more than 5 containers, so it'll be 2 peso to fill up this.
She's single.
She's single, you can find her online.
Yeah.
So this is where you're living at the moment. So they're also growing some vegetables like eggplant. Is moringa plant. Oh, you eat the leaves.
Oh, the leaves. This one is very little.
Eggplant,
and also the spinach. This
Spinach?
One, the spinach. Yeah,
spinach.
yeah, the spinach.
I'm at the front of the CICC. This is obviously yesterday it was quite busy, so they're bringing the food for the squatters today, so I'm just going to have a look at that. I don't want to be here very long, I just want to get in and out, do my social distancing, and just wanted to show you how it works here. So I had to get special permission to go into this area as well. It's very humbling to see how people struggle like this, especially when you see the kids. When I was walking around, it was stinking hot, and some of those houses, they have those corrugated iron roofs, and it must be just like a sweat box inside. So basically how it operates, this one guy goes around with the soup, and the families come out and get their food. These families are really struggling. You can really see they appreciate what the big hotel does in providing this food. As you walk around, you can see the makeshift houses, like they're living in shoeboxes. So this is the distribution of the food from the big hotel, and they take it around to all the houses around here in the CICC.
Thank you.
Enjoy!
Thank you for listening.
Those guys are doing really tough out there, so if you want to help, I'm going to put Chrissy's number down below. I've only known her for a few hours, so I can't vouch for it. It'll be up to your discretion. Look, if you don't feel comfortable doing it that way, I'm prepared to help. Just send me a message below. I'll see what the interest is, if it's possible, because I know everyone's doing it tough out there. It's a worldwide issue, so it's up to you guys, so let me know. When I did look back at the clips, I noticed that my mask did fall down a few times while I'm walking around the squatters area, so you really have to be very careful what you do, not be complacent with this mask thing, because you never know, so shame on me. Also, big news of this week was the financial assistance program that the government's offering 6,000 peso to each household here in Cebu to help out in these difficult times. So I'm going to show you how they do that here. It's a lot different to back home where we just get it straight into our bank. Here it's a lot more complicated. I don't know, it's just in the Philippines, it's just everything seems to be difficult, but I'll show you what they do here. It's pretty interesting. So it's just over here where they're distributing the 6,000 peso per family here. So do you think everybody will get it here?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think I can get it?
Maybe. If you're going to apply, then maybe you can get it too.
So is this only for today only that they
Yes,
distributing?
because tomorrow they will go to another barangay also
Ah,
to
okay.
distribute for this one.
Okay, so they come different barangays. So this today, it's giving the money here today. If you can see, there's a big crowd. Only today, and then they'll go to another barangay to give out the 6,000. So why they do it this way is a lot of people in the Philippines do not have a bank account. So this is the only way they can actually get the money. So I'm at the front here, this is the gate. There's some soldiers here. It's a huge crowd here coming to collect the money. So this is where they register for the 6,000 peso government payout. I checked, my name is unfortunately not there, so I don't get 6,000. But this is all the people lining up over here. So let's look at the stats of the coronavirus in the Philippines. I have been doing this weekly, so have a look at my previous videos if you wish to see how it's been increasing over the weeks. So worldwide COVID-19 cases have passed the 4 million mark, the death rate nearing the 300,000, while the recovery rate has passed 1.5 million. In the Philippines, the positive cases has passed the 11,000 mark. For the Visayas area, it's closing in on 2,000, with Cebu City being the highest at over 1,500. Mandaue City, where I am, having 109 cases. The rapid testing of COVID-19 cases in Cebu that I mentioned last week hasn't been quite as successful as they hoped, as the turnouts have been pretty low in general, bar for a few barangays. It is voluntary, so not as many people have turned out. So the figures for COVID-19 cases are probably a lot higher. As of Tuesday morning, there's been no extension to the CICC, although there has been some talk about it. Nothing official as yet. Hopefully this lockdown will be finished by the 15th and you'll see me with a cocktail on some beautiful beach in Cebu. Only hoping. Anyway, be safe out there and I'll catch you next time.